let me out of the room.
All right. Let's see. Just waiting for Twitch to catch up. Twitch.
Oh, God. Kitty, why?
All right, I think Twitch is caught up. Well, everybody, welcome back to the Digmcast. I seem to have fixed the technical difficulties. In case you're wondering what goes on behind the scenes, Ranger gets assaulted by her cat's tail, and Mike plays Pokemon on his 3DS.
No, I didn't get attacked by my cat's tail. I got attacked by my cat.
So, that being the case, I think we will move on to our first topic, which is going to be Pokemon X and Y. Ranger's not terribly thrilled about this topic.
What I was just playing, actually. Yeah, Pokemon X and Y. We have released, and I actually already finished it.
He's addicted, ladies and gentlemen. I, too, have
Yeah,
it. It's the first time I've actually played through a Pokemon game. I'm enjoying it a lot. Also, I don't like the battle system online because I had a bad experience with my very first battle ever. Mike, would you care to explain that to anyone?
Well, someone had a legendary and used it, and someone just started the game more or less, but also challenged me into a battle. So, yeah.
I still say this is payback for me crashing like 90 helicopters on you in DayZ.
Might be.
Anyways, Pokemon XY, big fan. I have my nitpicks with the game. The one thing that really disappointed me, Mike, was the fact that when you turn the 3D on, in not only is the 3D not in all of the game, it's only really in the battles, but when you turn it on in the battles, the frame rate goes to hell.
I agree, but if you have it off, the frame rate is so bloody smooth.
Yeah, it's solid, but like I use a Butterfree, which for Ranger over there is a butterfly Pokemon.
I know what a Butterfree is.
Okay. Anyways, when my Butterfree's on the field and I don't have the 3D on, its wing flapping animation is really, it's fine. It looks pretty. You turn the 3D on and it's like on the flapping.
Yeah, you notice the frames dropping when you turn 3D on, which is honestly a bit of a letdown, but honestly, it doesn't matter to me because the things they did with everything else is just bloody amazing.
Yeah. I think the reason the 3D sticks out to me is, having had a 3DS a little longer than you, Mike, it just confuses me because I've played stuff like Super Mario 3D Land and Star Fox 64 and bloody Kid Icarus Uprising on that system, and the amount of crap that Kid Icarus throws around in full 3D and never drops a frame, it doesn't make any sense what's going on with Pokemon.
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
So you can tell us nothing? Because that wasn't words.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Maybe it was German? No, wait, I speak German.
No, I don't think that was German. I've heard German before.
That wasn't German.
No.
In other news, I got a haircut.
Yes, you did. You're no longer a Wookiee man.
Yes.
In other news, I want to move on to our first serious topic of the night, which is something that I picked up on, and I've lost the screen region. Oh, this is not a good start. Anyways, so, the crazy man, otherwise known as John McAfee, has come up with, a NSA surveillance-proof networking device that he's calling D-Central. It's basically a little device that supposedly will cost less than $100, and the current design supposedly will let you create a private network about 3 city blocks in range that'll let you move around and have access with things like iPhones, Android phones, other devices, and it's supposed to prevent government agencies from snooping on your data. I find this very, very interesting, especially because the first thing I thought of was, oh, well, hackers and terrorist groups are going to love this shit, and McAfee was like, yeah, of course it'll be used for nefarious purposes, just like the telephone. So
yeah, that's the point. Like, every technology can be abused. It's just a tool. That's the end of it. The thing I'm curious about is how can he prove that or check that? I don't know. It doesn't really, like... It's sort of a weird.
I just give up on bloody Twitch, or not Twitch, but goddamn, there we go. Why do I have two Rangers?
Because I don't know. You put me. I was
I think
behind
you.
Mike for a while. Actually.
Yeah, you were. You put her behind me.
Mike, I've completely lost you. It's whatever. Just continue talking. I'll fix shit in the background. Ranger, what do you think about
I'm
this?
the voice in the background. Well, I don't know. It's sort of this. It's a nice thing, but honestly, we have that technology already. It's just probably he made it commercial, I guess.
I just want to know
nothing
why.
new about it.
I don't know why he thinks it's a good idea. Why he would market it that way? Because, like, how is he not just going to have people all over him constantly? Like, why did you make this like tool for like terrorists and stuff?
Because first of all, tools are available. It's nothing new. And second of all, well, it's marketing. People make headlines out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
People
still silly.
are gonna be all over him, but that's the point of it. It's gonna make people aware of the technology.
Well, one thing I will say is he's clearly a little cracked already, so...
Yeah.
Are we supposed to take that from demonstrated by that picture that's right there?
You know, we're supposed to take that demonstrated by the fact that he was on the run from the government of Belize for supposedly murdering his neighbor.
In Belize?
Yes, and then faked a heart attack to get his ass out of the country and back to America.
Oh.
Dude is... he's a genius, but there's something not right with him, and this is, to me, this is just like one more step down the path of, John, what's wrong with you? Also, I'd like to point out that in that picture, he's having them light the dollar bill with the Hello Kitty Zippo.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a little bit of a mess. I think it'd be interesting because, especially here in America, the whole government snooping thing after the whole Edward Snowden thing really has just...
I didn't get around with that.
You didn't keep up with that?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a government contractor that was working for the NSA stole a whole... What did he do again, Ranger? Stole a whole bunch of secrets and then defected to... or went to Hong Kong and then ended up in an airport in Russia for like 6 weeks. And
I don't know. I don't do anything with the NSA.
I didn't say you did. Jesus, I wasn't going to get into what your job is. You essential government employee.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. What?
Oh my god. All right. So some government contractor that had NSA access stole a whole bunch of U.S. secrets and then started giving them all away to countries. And then anyways, I find it interesting that this comes out after we have this big whole scare about that, and people are wanting to crack down on the security apparatus of blah, blah,
but
blah.
that's the thing. He's marketing that situation. People are aware that they're being spied on in some way or another, and he's going, well, I have the tool against that.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, yay, and also somehow terrorists.
Yeah.
But hey, I noticed that, so.
Hey, don't you just kind of assume these days that if you go online, somebody somewhere is picking up your data?
Well, you kind of have to. Like, if somebody wants to find all your stuff, it'll happen in, like, a day. Like, this happened, oh, my God, the reason that I know that we're just constantly being watched, and everything is compiled somewhere, because there was a murder, or no, it was the woman that crashed into the gates at the White House that are up because the government shut down.
Yeah.
They had her entire life on the news by the end of the day.
Yeah,
I was like
within 6 hours, it was crazy.
I was like, her whole life, where she went to high school, all this kinds of stuff, and just, I was like, how did they know? It's like all right there.
Because Facebook.
Because Facebook, that's my
Because Facebook.
No, I'm honestly, like, Facebook is one of the most awesome social engineering tools. If you want to know about a person and know how they think, what they do, what they have done, Facebook.
Yeah,
they freely share stuff with it. You know, there was actually some sort of back to a lot of time ago, but there was a hacker who actually abused Facebook in a way where he went and looked up emails in Facebook and gathered data around that email. You know those security questions when you forgot your password, like what was the first school you went to, or what's your mother's name? You know, all those things. Guess where they sometimes stand? They are in Facebook. So you just went on Facebook, looked up the email address, got the data, tried password recovery, and just went through and cracked about, I don't know, 100,000 emails with that technique.
That's crazy.
Makes me glad I know
It's been a while ago, okay? Social engineering is big.
So, what do you think? You think this device will take off, or do you think this is going to kind of be a one random knockoff thing that just
I can't see.
will buy?
He's gonna make money off of it because it sort of got in the news with this whole thing. But other than that, are you really gonna go and get that device?
Well, that's the thing is he's going to sell it. He's going to sell it, but he's going to sell it to people who feel like they need it, which are the people that scare me. Because, you could go through all of my data, like everything. I'm not asking you to do it, Mike. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I've got another window open here.
No, you could go through all my data, and really, I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing that I wouldn't mind people seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if the people that feel like they need this are either crazy or do actually need it, and those would be the people that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, I really feel like we might be referring to those people that are on what's that Discovery Channel show where they're building the doomsday bunkers and stuff.
Yeah, that's the sort of people like that would probably buy it too. But I mean, considering I know a lot of people who are security aware, and I'm sort of in the field as well, sort of. And considering that, it's not only them. People are aware of being sniffed on, and they just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they want to hide something, just because they don't like people sniffing around in their lives. But that's about it. Me personally, I don't give a fuck, because honestly, my life is online.
Anthony,
If somebody wants to look, if somebody wants to look at my life, go ahead, please. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I don't have anything that is hidden. I don't have secret nuclear codes or anything like that. It's I don't feel the need to. I mean, I don't love being watched.
Right.
But
it's a thing. You don't like being watched, but you don't care enough to go and spend $100 on a device that limits your functionality.
Yeah.
It's essentially, it limits your functionality in a way.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
So yeah.
All right. I think that we can move on to our next one. This will probably be a brief topic. I find this to be just absolutely one of the single most ridiculous things that I have seen this year.
Oh my god, yes.
So
I'm guessing this one.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Oh,
I actually told you about that. Right?
He's the one. Mike is the one that told me about this, and I have to figure.
Okay, first off, I'm just gonna say this topic will probably make you facepalm, so be prepared.
Yeah, this may or may not actually hurt you, so I'm pulling the article right. Meow. Whoop. There we go.
Are you screen regioning it?
Yes, the screen regioning is all jacked up tonight. Y'all are just going to have to forgive me, because I can't be bothered to fix some of it.
Well,
Anyways,
scroll so you can see the title of the article. It would help.
Give me a second.
There you go.
There we go. So, for everybody who didn't hear about this, I will just go ahead and read. A 9-year-old Orlando, Florida boy, so tiny he could barely see the judge over the podium, was sentenced to home confinement by a state judge after he brought multiple weapons to school. The video game being blamed? Minecraft. Apparently, he brought an unloaded handgun, a magazine with 6 bullets inside, a steak knife, and a small-handled sledgehammer. The firearm, the gun, came from his dad's home. And the kid's father said that the kid was acting a character that he learned from the video game Minecraft. There's so much wrong with this, I don't even know where to start. Let alone the fact that
I know where to
being
start.
blamed again.
Ooh.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you and the glasses
Ranger.
and the headset.
Okay. There's no guns in Minecraft. None. Vanilla Minecraft, especially the Xbox 360 version, there are no guns. There's no guns. There's no reason for him to bring a gun to school and blame Steve.
Okay.
No, wait. I want to make
the second thing is
make it clear the
there's
kid
no
didn't blame
hammers
Minecraft.
either.
The dad did.
yeah.
Be right back.
The dad blamed that.
Oh, and time runs off. So filler. No. I think it's really silly that they could. He said that he was bringing several things to school to be prepared in all cases, like no matter what happens. Isn't that what like Boy Scouts do?
Well, yeah, but we don't take guns and sledgehammers to school.
Well, somebody get him a Swiss Army knife then.
Still get him in trouble.
Okay, so
Well,
first of all, okay, to get back to the topic, really. First of all, Minecraft doesn't even closely describe the requirements they think about. Okay? I mean, we have no guns, we have no hammers either. I mean,
It's a rated E game, and like all the developers of Minecraft worked really hard to make sure that it wasn't like a gory, not kid-friendly game.
Exactly.
It's a kid-friendly game. Okay, second of all, even if it was in there, it probably wouldn't affect it in that way. Just saying. I mean, just saying. And if it were in there, it probably wouldn't be rated that way. Just saying also.
Yeah,
It's just...
It's just the fact that like violent video games and Minecraft are in the same sentence together makes no sense at all.
The thing that, and a friend of mine pointed this out to me, just to mock it a little bit, is this whole thing happened the same week that Grand Theft Auto 5 was released. So the wing of, crazy or conservatives and everything that wants to blame video game violence for everything, it's the same week that one of the games you hate the most and have made so much political capital out of in the past comes out, Grand Theft Auto. And you're going to jump on Minecraft? You've missed an opportunity here.
I mean, not only that. Not only that, it's probably like the kid is far too young to play Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yeah.
GTA isn't in his league.
No.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, why is a kid that would be like 8 or 10 allowed to watch a game of GTA 5, much less play one?
Oh.
Like, he shouldn't even be in the room. I was just playing GTA 5 earlier today, and I would not let a 15-year-old see some of the stuff that was happening in that game.
No,
holy shit, what the fuck?
This comes back to, and this is, whatever, I'll get flamed if people want to flame me. This just comes back to poor parenting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. That is one of the most problematic things is, like, we have a rating system. I mean, the rating system in Germany is a lot harsher. And I'm saying a lot harsher.
Yeah.
Is it like by every single age? Is like each game is for
No.
different age?
we have different ranges as well, but
well,
there's titles that are 21 plus, and there's titles that are entirely banned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we have games that aren't available in Germany because they are too harsh.
Yeah. Let me
wow.
let me
GTA 5 doesn't fall into that?
No, I think it's 18 plus.
Oh, okay.
Let me interject. I for a while out of college, I worked as an assistant manager at a GameStop, which was a terrible job. Kids, don't work at GameStop. It'll almost make you hate video games.
They tried to get me to work at GameStop, and I said no.
I don't blame you. But anyways, the thing that killed me is, yes, we have a rating system and everything here in the States, but the amount of times that I saw a kid pick up a Grand Theft Auto case, carry it over to his parent and go, Mommy, I want this. And she would just look at it and go, okay. and hand it to us. And we're like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
ma'am, are you aware of what your 12-year-old son just asked you to buy? Yeah, it's fine. No, seriously. See this? Drugs, sex, violence, cursing. No, it's fine.
That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm gonna be a gamer my whole life, right? I'm gonna have little kids and don't be too scared about that. But like,
oh God, Mini Rangers, we have to stop her now.
There's gonna be like separations between like kids, and if I'm playing a game that's only supposed to be for adults, like honestly, there's more important things. Like you gotta pay more fucking attention. Like,
but the problem is a lot of people are still in the mindset that, well, games are for young people.
Yeah.
It's not considered to be. Did you just put that GIF on again?
Yeah, he put it back on.
It's going to keep going up.
I'm just going to ignore it. It's not anymore this, well, you're 15, you're going to play games thing. It's more about, well, a lot of more mature themes are popping up. And it has been popping up over the last few years. It's not this only for children and teenager sort of thing anymore. It hasn't been for ages, but people are still thinking about it the same way.
We can see you browsing Tumblr.
No.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
We'll just let that be an Easter egg for the people who know what it is. Stop looking at me like that. You can't burn my soul through Skype.
Nobody can through DZ.
Well, there's another gift for Thay to make right there. Anyways, now back to the point at hand. I find that whole thing just absolutely ridiculous. And just reading that story, I couldn't decide whether to laugh or cry or just be thoroughly disgusted.
I think it's
probably a mixture of all three.
Yeah. What was something like that look like, Mike?
I'm curious.
Just rolling down your cheeks while you laugh out maniacally, puking in between.
I'm actually horrified by that. Thank you. Alright, so I think we've got that one beat to death. You can tell a lot of prior planning went into this show tonight because we don't need to do that one down there, the second one down. Should we do the one that's on top right now? I don't really care about it that much. Should we just skip down to the one that Ranger's super excited about?
Baby?
We should skip down to the one that Ranger's super excited about. Ranger, would you like to introduce this one while I try to figure out what I've done with the window where I had this stuff hidden?
Okay, you're picking the division, right?
Yes, right? I am.
Yay! I was hoping that's what you meant. So there's this game coming out this year. It's called The Division. It's gonna be so freaking amazing. Like the amount of attention to detail that I've seen just out of the preview alone makes me look forward to the actual gameplay and the actual story, because I know from what I've been able to see so far that there's no way that it's going to be stupid and awful and bad and not paid attention to, because it's like there are certain things that happen, and I don't know if he's going to play the whole actual preview, but
he is.
Oh, okay, well, it's going to start then, and I should just watch it and like try and comment, except it's going to be delayed on there.
And it's also freaking jacked up right now. Just keep talking and I'll get it pulled up.
Okay. Well, the graphics, first of all, look freaking amazing.
This is a true next-gen game.
Yeah. And you can tell in like every fabric and every skin or whatever you want to call it, like every little bit, you can see that it would be something that only like a next-gen kind of console could run, or that could run. I'll just say run. Run is fine.
Run works.
Are you playing it? Is it playing? It's not playing still. Also, I'm covered. Your ass. Sorry.
Just now everything's bloody broken. Where did I go?
The division thing was just too much.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink some refreshing.
We're all.
Oh, there, I can see it now.
We're all going away for a minute. We're all going away. No, we're all going away because that's the only way this seems to want to work.
Okay. Bernie, you're not that late.
I honestly don't understand what is going on.
It's too big now. Sorry.
I give up.
Why stop laughing? We're not helping.
I give up at life.
No, don't stop.
Hold on.
This is what my favorite thing.
Delete.
I'm dying.
I just deleted the whole bloody stream.
Oh God, what?
Welcome to my desktop, folks.
Oh Lord.
You know, I would say this is out of the ordinary, but this dumb shit happens all the time. Now it's playing. Please go.
Okay, please go. Okay. All right, cool. So, like, you can see the graphics anyway, at least. And it's set, before you guys think, okay, whatever, another zombie apocalypse game, this is not about zombies. It's not even a true apocalypse. It's what they, and I'm using the developer's thing here because I watched so much shit about this game. It's like a partial apocalypse where, like, there's a virus, not zombie apocalypse, virus. And, oh, geez, my cat just died. No, he's fine.
Speaking of zombies.
No, my cat's fine. And half the population is sick and can't go to work. So, like, I don't know, like the government shut down. And basically things can't function right with half the people. Like, metros don't run, and like people, like there's a pharmacy there, people don't show up to run the pharmacy, so people can't get their medications for other things, you know, all kinds of things happen. And basically, the military has isolated Manhattan as like a quarantine zone.
Mm-hmm.
And the people, like your group, like your character, are just the people that are trying to like make sure everything doesn't go into chaos because there's no control of anything going on. And you have to fight the military at certain points and other insurgents and all those kinds of things. But there's like all this advanced technology stuff, which is really freaking cool. And something I appreciate about the design of the game is that everything seems to be completely seamless. Like there's no pause screen. I mean, there might be a pause screen, but like when he pulled up the map, the game was still happening around him. And, you know, like it didn't pause for that. And they're going to take a police station in a second. And basically, even when they take the police screen, it's not like police station completed, pause screen, load, autosave.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It just appears on the wall and you keep walking. Like, you know, it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen. And when they're going in, I don't know why this got to me so much. But he takes cover behind a police car.
Which he is doing right now, even though the video just decided to derp.
Okay. He takes cover at a police car, and the back door is open. Not that one, the other police car. And the back door is open. Okay. And I don't know how many shooters I've played, third person, first person, adventure games, doesn't matter. He takes cover behind that car that has the open back door, and he moves to the back of the car to continue to take cover, and instead of glitching around the door or glitching through it or having to move around it because it has its own item space, he closes the door and walks to the end of the car. Which, I don't know why it feels like such a revelation to me, but it's such an amazing thing. You don't see that kind of attention.
One thing that I really like that they just showed is that when they were just shooting at him through the windows didn't just shatter as one piece or through the whole car. They have individual bullet holes and shatters. And also, when they shot the tire,
generic, this is the broken window screen.
When he shot the tire out of that police car, it went down like it really would. It just, there's a lot of immersion into the environment here. And also, right here, I'm going to pause it. It may be hard to see on stream, but right up here, I'm going to move the mouse towards it. Right here, there's a thing that says Chris Tablet.
Okay, all right, yes. This is what I was talking about. I'm so excited when I was talking about this. Chris on the tablet is another person. Okay, this is their friend, and maybe he's like out getting Starbucks in the morning, or he's sitting in it waiting for a doctor's appointment or whatever. He can't be playing right now. If he brought his tablet with him, it happens. You know, people have to go to the doctor, and so like he could open the tablet and play the game and be like the UAV and give them buffs, act as UAV and like scan the area and find people. But there's no mini map.
Like right there, he's scanning a guy and marking him through the billboard.
Right, exactly. So like, it's the coolest thing. It's the first really efficient way to bring in a tablet to a game I've seen yet. You know, like thus far.
I can see a lot of potential in this game. Not only through that,
absolutely.
but like I like you said, the immersion factor is quite high, especially with the augmented reality UI they're using.
Yeah, and
like
you know,
the
this is
floaty things that actually are in world space relative to your character.
This is something that Ubi has been playing with since Splinter Cell, the really violent Splinter Cell. I can't remember which one it was, but I like it this way because it's not implemented as obtrusively in a lot of ways.
Okay,
yeah,
so
and
the thing I like about those UIs is really like they are realistic. You're not gonna have like your corners or anything in your environment. You're just gonna have like a UI that's based around you. And I mean, if you have something like, I don't know, Google Glasses or something like that isn't actually that far off.
Yeah, I mean, this is entirely... I mean, you could make a case that Google Glasses could do something very much like what we're seeing here for this guy. Like, your partner's name over their head, and if they talk to you on the radio, you'll get a little voice wave above their head that lets you know, aside from the voice recognition, hey, this is who's talking.
That's the one that's talking. Yeah. Yeah, and there's no... Like, I love that there's no pause screen, no load screen. It's completely seamless. Like, he just picked up another weapon. I know I'm lagging, but behind where, like, it's there.
You're not that far
He picked up a weapon, and it showed you all the specs of it as he was picking it up, and then he was gone. And it's already, they're into, like, another thing where they're fighting already.
Great draw distance in this game, too, by the way.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The whole game is completely gorgeous.
I will say, and this is one thing that I said to Ranger when we first watched this, and I have this, one of the only reservations I have is it's an Ubisoft game, and one of the problems I've had with Ubisoft the last couple of years is that they have this tendency to tell us about games and show us amazing footage and tell us, hey, this is going to be for this and this, but when they're actually showing it to us, it's running on a super high-end PC.
Well, yeah, that could happen, but honestly, they designed this for the next-gen consoles. The next-gen consoles can handle something that looks like what we just saw.
Yeah, they can. I just,
that's...
just what they did with Watch Dogs at E3 kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, because that's literally what they did to us, is they said, oh, hey, this is running on this. I'm like, no, Ubi, this is running on a super high-end PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could happen, and maybe, when they're trying to sell things, they just really want everything to look really good, and maybe that's what they're doing here, but
and I gotta say, I'm skeptical about Titanfall, too. They could be doing the same shit to us with Titanfall, because it looks amazing.
Oh, Titanfall does look amazing, but it's the functionality of the game more.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that when he picked up one of those water bottles, that water bottle was then gone. Like, it's not like he picked it up, but then the person that comes behind you can also get a water bottle because it's still there. No, he picked up the last water bottle that was right there, and that was it.
Yeah. No more water bottle for you.
Yeah, it wasn't like he glitched through to grab it, and it was still there. He picked up the water that was there, and then put it away, and that was his, and you couldn't have it anymore. It was gone.
I think this just comes back to the fact that Ranger wants her own digital water bottle that nobody else can have.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I want a water bottle that nobody else. This is just for me. It says Ranger on it. Yellow bottle.
Shiny water bottle.
Shiny. Oh, it's got to be shiny. No, if it doesn't flicker, shiny, then I'm not going to notice it.
It's actually... No. Usually water bottles are like, you have one specific design, and then there are the super rare shiny water bottles with a completely other color scheme.
You've been playing too much Pokemon.
Maybe.
too much Pokemon.
All right. I'm going to jump us a little bit in a second, but I think suffices it to say we're all super excited about the Division.
This looks amazing.
And it comes
Just
from a
gonna say.
developer that doesn't. Ubisoft very rarely strikes out. The biggest known or biggest flop they've had recently, I think I can say, and Ranger, don't jump to the screen at me, but Zombie U. There's a lot of potential in that game that's not realized.
Oh, I still haven't beat it, but I still haven't died, and that's what I'm trying to hold the like never die. Because if you die, you see yourself. You see yourself. Not that I'm not ever gonna play it again, Mike.
No. I just read something in chat.
Oh.
I haven't been keeping up with chat. Should
I
I?
was said she has said something that is funny. Water bottle.
Yes. Masuda method.
Oh, well, said she's hilarious.
I'm gonna get her
that's
on this
amazing.
show one day.
Someday, yeah.
She's going to
Without
co-host
me.
one day. By the
Oh my
way, I
God.
will give a quick shout out to her right now in the chat. Seji is the wonderful member of the Aftermob crew and wonderful person and great artist who drew the title card that you see in the background and all of the art that you will see me use for anything Digmbot related that looks hand drawn. That's all Seji.
Yep. She's amazing.
kid.
Just gonna say it.
You are biased, I will say that.
Totally biased, but she's still pretty
Hey, no.
damn fucking
He's
amazing.
not.
Okay.
No, if he's gonna shout out his girl, I'm gonna shout out my boy. Hi, Anthony. Loves you.
I didn't do a shout
Oh,
out. I
God.
just said.
But you were gonna.
I'm going to jump us now a little bit.
Maybe.
This is going to be a quickie because I wanted to talk about this a little more in depth, but I've had technical difficulties with my Xbox controller from my PC and technical difficulties with YouTube, which has supposedly been processing this video for 12 hours. State of Decay has come to Steam. State of Decay is the Xbox Live survival zombie horror game. I said that completely backwards.
Yeah.
As you may know, Mike and I play a lot of DayZ. Ranger is also a fan of DayZ, although she's waiting for the standalone before she really buys anything. Which is understandable.
And you're not gonna make me get Arma 2 for the broken mod.
I'm not trying.
I refuse.
Not broke.
I'm not trying
It's just buggy.
anymore.
It's totally broken.
Anyways, we are all pretty big fans of zombie games and zombie horror games, and so I went into State of Decay with pretty much no preconceived notions on how it was going to be. The things that I will say about it is it's a third-person game, and I like it. The combat feels satisfying, especially once you down a zombie, you have a finishing move you can use, but you also have a stamina bar which runs out and blah blah blah. It's a very fun game. It's got a lot to do as far as gaining influence with people, finding homes to fort up in and everything, and I think it's got a lot of potential. Now, the bad for the PC version of it on Steam. One, and I know it's in testing, alpha, beta, whatever they want to call it, development purgatory right now that's being worked on. As of now, you can only play it with an Xbox 360 controller. They need
Or
to fix...
compatible controllers.
Yeah,
But yeah,
controllers.
essentially you need a controller right now because it's an console game that they're now going, well, this wasn't a success and people actually want it to port over to PC, so why don't we do that?
Mouse and
they're
keyboard support needs to be added ASAP.
Yeah.
Well, they could just be working on how that actually works.
They are,
Well,
but
the thing is, they are console developers and actually don't know so much about how to do UI for PC games. And so instead
There's
of
nothing
going,
wrong with that,
well,
by the way.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but it
I'm
definitely
just-
shows
just
when you
as-
play the game.
yeah. So the thing is, well, instead of going in the back end and working on it for like months and months before releasing anything, and then the UI not being really good, they're going, okay, guys, we have this preliminary sort of stable version that only works with controllers right now, but we're gonna update it with UI and stuff for PC version, and then add like PC controls to that thing, and you're gonna be involved in the whole development of that whole thing. So that's sort of their mentality in this, and I actually like it because you're getting the product earlier. If I want to play State of Decay, I only need a controller right now, and soon after I probably won't even need that anymore.
Yeah. Now, other problems that I have with it so far, one, the UI, as you said, it is clearly from a console game, which I'm sure it was perfectly serviceable on the Xbox. It's a bit aggravating on the PC. Also, And this is just me being nitpicky, but this is used to me being used to playing, like Shadow Warrior, which is a pretty good looking game on ultra detail, everything on my PC on just maxed out balls to the wall settings because I've got a good rig. It looks like a bloody Xbox game. As a matter of fact, it bears a strong resemblance to Half-Life 2 as far as the terms of draw distance and detail.
I think they actually want to work on the graphic details as well
They
a little
need
bit. So I hope they're gonna work on it. And honestly, I've seen a few videos of State of Decay. I actually like watching YlwRanger's Panda's playthrough
I'm sure you
of
do.
State of Decay.
Yeah, no, State of Decay is so insanely fun. I was sick because I played it for the Xbox 360. I don't have it for PC. It's an insanely fun game. I love that it gives you the option to actually like alter your home base.
Yeah.
And I really like how it plays. I like how the zombies are. I like how you play. I like that you can, nothing seems too overpowered, and it's just really fun to play. I'm sad that they decided not to go with the co-op from now.
Yeah.
Like they just decided they weren't going to do it.
I love the very real danger of you becoming a zombie in the game as well.
Yeah, no, it's really, it's awesome. I mean, it's not very awesome when you have to go and kill your own, but like it's a really fun game, and I'm actually kind of sick of people complaining about the graphics. Honestly, the game is fun.
It looks gorgeous.
Fun.
Honestly, it's a good graphics game for.
It doesn't look
console.
that bad.
No.
There's just so many people that complain about the graphics.
And like I said when I made my comment, I knew I was nitpicking about it, and after a while, after about half an hour playing the game, I completely forgot about that and got into the rhythm of just beating the living shit out of zombies with different weapons.
And I didn't mean you died. I meant before you guys ever got to play it on PC. That's when I got sick of it.
I mean this especially is awesome because like I said, I was watching a playthrough because I don't have an Xbox. Okay, I'm not gonna buy one because honestly, for me, it's not something I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
that's fine. I'll be the Xbox person. Don't worry.
I'm not really into consoles. I mean, 3DS was sort of, well, I guess it's a handheld, so it's okay. But I'm not gonna go downstairs to play my Xbox or something like that. It's just not gonna happen. So they actually bring it to PC made me really happy because I'm gonna get this game.
Yeah, we would have a lot of fun with this if it was multiplayer. Really, really would.
Yeah, but they turned down multiplayer for the PC port. So it's kind of like they were like, oh, let's give it to the PC community. And it's going to do awesome just like it did on the Xbox, but I'm kind of sad that they decided to like somewhat permanently delay the co-op.
Well, people may.
Well, as I said,
they may try to implement it later if enough people say something, because they do seem pretty willing to listen to the community on the PC version.
I mean,
no,
that's the entire thing of them releasing it this early. I mean, this is really just probably, well, okay, let's try and get this working on PC and sort of get it stable to work on a PC. By the way, I froze there for a second.
Yeah, you did. I like the fact that they are doing it this way. At first I was like, what are you guys doing? But I like the fact that they're taking this approach because it's showing that they're like, well, we've got this game, but I don't really know a lot about PC development, so let's let the Steam community help us out.
Yeah,
awesome
yeah, I'm sure people that use just PCs and not consoles had seen this game, had seen a lot about this game, and were excited to play it. So
right here, this dime right here. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, relax. So they're gonna get a lot of help, and I'm sure that part of releasing it on Steam and not having it be like some separate thing that you download, the whole point of that was to get feedback from people that play PC versions of things, so that they could have it ported over properly in a way that's going to be received well.
But not only that, they actually sort of in recent developments we are gonna have a console-based Steam, so if they have that running on multiple platforms as well and sort of go for that as well, hell, you're gonna have a direct port to another console with that whole thing. Why not?
Dime, that's not very nice.
What?
Also, I heard you typing for like ever to get that little sentence out. What's wrong with you?
I wasn't typing for that long.
Yeah.
You typed that long for that sentence?
He's moving
he did.
again.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I wasn't typing that long. You guys must be echoing or something.
No, I don't think so. I think
No.
you were typing for there was a lot of clicks, man. I don't think there's not enough clicks for that sentence there.
All right.
Okay. So I'm guessing we should probably move that card.
should.
And
How do
yeah,
we...
honestly, I'm pumped for this.
I was going to say,
I
how
really
do we
like
want to attack this particular card? There's so much here, and we've only got about 15 more minutes.
Well,
I'm excited about Thief, but we don't have to do Thief now. It's a little early for Thief.
We'll leave Thief until the next show. We're going with the news card.
the news card, Steam news,
The Steam news.
the Steam news.
What was the Steam news? I don't think I didn't read.
Let's start with the controller, because we had a big discussion about this when we initially talked about the Steam machine. And we
Yeah.
now have a actual demonstration of the controller in action, which I'm going to put up in the background here. Bloop. There we go. This is my half-ass solution to the problems I've been having. I just slide the YouTube window into an existing screen region.
That works. That's
That
fine.
actually works,
I've done that
okay.
before.
So, we had some doubts about... And YlwRanger, I'm assuming you have looked into the Steam machine stuff some.
A little bit.
We had some doubts about the functionality of the controller. Now we have video of several different games being played. Portal 2, Civ 5, and Papers, Please, which I believe Ranger and I have played all three of those games. I don't know if Mike has or not.
I'm covering the controller. You gotta move me to the outside.
I'm going to move you. Whoop. There you go.
There we go.
See, it's a magical floating Ranger. Whee! Anyways.
Yay.
God.
So, the big thing that we were wondering about with this controller is the fact that it has pads instead of joysticks. One thing that I didn't realize that they talked about in this demo is that they can set up the sticks so that they do true one-to-one motion instead of a accelerated motion like a normal controller joystick would do. So, the level of
I
precision...
thought we actually talked about this the last time. I think I mentioned it.
Maybe you did and I missed it. But I find that to be really interesting. The one thing, and if you just watch, especially in Portal, his right thumb where he's controlling the camera, because what he has is the camera on the right and WASD on the left, and it's worth noting that these are just standard controls. They've remapped the controller to do what the game expects it to from keyboard inputs. This is not a special binding or anything. He has to move his thumb around an awful lot, whereas if this was the right stick on a regular game where you're controlling the camera, you just never take it off. But he has to recenter it a lot. But I think...
that's interesting. As a console gamer, wherein I use joysticks regularly, I don't know. That's interesting that they would use a trackpad, because what I thought of initially...
But the thing is, you could set it up the same way, where you just use it as a regular sort of thumbstick.
You could, and to jump ahead a little bit, actually, when they show Papers, Please, because Papers, Please is a solely pretty much mouse-driven game that requires a lot of quick and precise movement with the mouse, they have a way to set it up so that both of the thumb pads can control the mouse with one-to-one movement and combine the inputs so they can get really quick movement across the screen and be very accurate.
Oh, that's really fun. Oh, man.
And Ranger, one thing is, you see the concentric circles on the pad there?
Well, I would if your camera wasn't in the way.
Fuck, why did they... God damn it, I forgot they moved around. Anyways, you see the concentric circles on the pads? Everything...
Yeah, I will when my stream catches up. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I can see.
Everything there is... God damn it, it moved again. Everything there is rebindable. Everything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
I just have to, like, not be a noob. Oh, What's he playing now?
He's
What's
playing
this?
Counter-Strike Go.
Oh, a shooter.
Yeah, so
He makes the point during
And
this
that's-
that the controller is so precise that it allows them to do this type of game on a controller without aim assist, like COD has.
yeah, that's
But
the
you
thing
can also
why-
turn. Okay.
Have you ever tried to play Call of Duty seriously without aim assist and multiplayer? It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. You develop a skill for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't need a skill for it if you have a controller that actually allows that sort of thing. Because like touchpad is essentially the same thing as a mouse in a way.
Mm-hmm.
A mouse you move around and recenter a lot as well. You just do the same motion on a trackpad.
Yeah. By the
So-
way, Ranger, try not to rage
Hey.
at the Papers, Please footage because this guy's actually worse than I am at the game.
Oh no, it's fine. But if you could move Mike so I could see the controller again.
God, this video was made to torture me. Anyways, I'm super excited about this controller now that I see it work because a lot of my fears were about the trackpad and how well it would work. Rebindable buttons is fine.
I was really bored by the idea of making them trackpads from the get-go because honestly, it has the same abilities than like having thumbsticks, but it allows for additional stuff to happen without making it awkward.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I can see him clicking on the trackpads.
Mhm.
It's moved again, Dime. I can see him clicking on the trackpads like you would click on a mouse, which makes sense. But when you click in a thumbstick, like you gotta jam your thumb in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's a lot of those little things that a trackpad actually makes easier. It might not be as like used to console gamers as they might be to thumbsticks, but honestly, it's probably the better choice in the long run.
Yeah, and Ranger, keep in mind that every single button on that controller, including the triggers and the little concentric circles of the trackpads, are all individually rebindable.
That's kind of fun. That's interesting. Yeah. I already have, the thing is, Dime, I have 3 consoles already, not including my computer. Do I want another one?
I don't know. And thank you for the segue, Ranger.
Yeah.
That was
that's
a
actually
segue?
good
That was a fantastic segue
Yes.
because the next thing we're going to be looking at is the specs for DOS Steam Machine. As soon as I fix
okay.
shit.
Also, I probably was holding my 3 up, totally not in camera. 3. 3!
I just figured you were making gang signs off to the side, and I was just going to let you
Yeah,
go.
see, my whole gang is just sitting right there. So they were throwing them up, so I gotta, you gotta respond.
Right, the Ranger gang. So
The Ranger gang.
we now know what's inside the Steam Machine prototype. I'm just going to move on. The specifications apparently are gonna vary. So we're looking at multiple possibilities for the Steam Machine here. Mike, you may be a little better at parsing this than I am.
So the thing they want to do is first of all they want to bring PC gaming to the living room. They're not planning on getting a console gamer really, but like some mixture of both. They want to get the PC gaming experience to the living room with controller and everything that you have. So you gotta have good specs for something like that. So they're coming ahead with really, really high-end hardware in some parts. That's not all of the specs, and also that's only the 300 prototypes they're producing.
Exactly.
For now. And you have the option of they're actually releasing the build specs for the case of the computer, so you can build your own case and put your own hardware together and put the SteamOS, which by the way is free because Linux. Put that on there and have your own gaming machine ready to go. Probably maybe even for less price than otherwise. So you have like all the range of computer, but in console format and in your living room.
Here's
All
one
right,
thing that
so hold on. So what price range are we actually talking about, though?
Well,
We
I
don't
think
Because
they're
the whole
planning
idea-
for 400 to 1,800. That's the price range I've seen. As
I
far
haven't
as
seen
know.
that.
That seems way more expensive than you would pay for a next-gen console, though.
Well, we're looking at what,
Yeah,
$599 for an
it's not
Xbox
a
One?
next-gen console. It's an i7 with 2 freaking graphics cards or whatever. Like it's hardcore gaming PC material.
Here's the
it's
thing-
not a console.
Here's the
It's
thing that I
not
found
a-
interesting. That all the prototypes are going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3 gigabytes of VRAM, and then this is the weird one, a hybrid drive that's a terabyte hard drive and 8 gigs of solid state.
That's nothing new.
That's just, well, it's just interesting that they're cramming that into the Steam machine because they're really, really wanting to go for fast boot and load times on this, which is
Yes,
Something-
it needs to be.
yeah, which is
It
that
needs
is
to
a bit of them catering to the console gamer because I would say as PC gamers, I think we're a little more inclined to put up with load times than say an Xbox 360 gamer would be.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Even though
this-
a lot of
but-
Xbox
but
games
also-
have really long load screens.
Saints Row the Third.
Well, I'm just gonna say, a lot of people compare this to a console. It's not a console.
Then why do they
It's
call it a console?
Gaming PC. It's a gaming PC with a gamepad. I have gamepad here. This is essentially my computer in the living room.
Oh wait, there's
In a
the component. All right.
more comfortable.
Mike, this is where you got this. Based on current component prices, it would be about $700 to $1,800. I don't think Valve will actually sell their own version for that much.
Yes.
Well, what would they sell? No, he said 400 to 1,000. He didn't say
He
Yeah.
said
700.
1,800.
1,800. I got this from there, yes, but it also makes sense. I mean, you got people paying about the same price for modern PC hardware for gaming purposes.
Well, yeah, I mean, my
So-
rig is $2,000, but I just don't.
So, well, yeah, you're not convinced because this thing is gonna stand in your living room and you're gonna only use it for gaming. So, this is really like the 1,800 is really, really, really super targeted for hardcore gamers. This is not. For
But I
console
also
gamers.
don't know a single hardcore gamer that would pay $1,800 for what is essentially a console.
I was gonna say I'm not convinced that it'll be that much because I think that,
Probably not.
I think that Valve has an opportunity, and they'd be stupid if they didn't realize that you capture some console gamers here, and you can't get away with charging somebody who's
No,
had a
but-
360 or a PS3 that much money.
You realize though they're giving out different sizes. They're not like going, hey, you're gonna have to pay $1,800 for this console.
Right,
you
they're
gotta
offering,
choose
they're
what
offering
type
the
of
cheaper
hardware.
version, which is cool. I kind of, but consoles do that too. Like you can get like my PS3 was the biggest. They have bigger ones now, but they offer them in like 40, 60, 80 gig for memory,
Yeah, but
and those would be different.
That's hardware. That's hard drive only.
Well, let's
you're
look
not
at the-
you're not gonna get the like you really have like all the PC specs.
Yeah, well, let's look
You
at
have
the
the
360
right-
might be a
right.
better, almost a better example there, because the 360's seen multiple size redesigns. It's also seen not huge changes in the chipsets inside it, but they have replaced the GPU several times as they've become more efficient. It's
Well,
not
the
the
out-
same concept as the Steam machine,
Yeah.
but it's the closest analog we have on hand for a true console right now.
Well, I mean,
And
the
the
Steam
other
machines-
thing about this, this is an open system. You're gonna be able to upgrade that machine on the go. This is a PC.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Is like there is a certain amount of value to being able to piece something together exactly how you want it to be, and have that be something that's changeable. Because the Xbox 360, if I wanted to get a different Xbox 360, I would have to buy a new one. It's not like I would just have to buy another piece.
Yeah.
Especially the new Xbox 360s, you can't just replace the hard drive anymore. I mean, you can, but anyway, it's complicated. you can't, but like I can't take out the processor and put in a new one. I can't take out the video card and put in a new one. You know, like
Maybe
it doesn't work that way.
Valve is actually deciding that what Nintendo did with the N64 was a good idea back in the day, and they're just expanding on that concept.
Well, the N64 was a good console.
You're both looking at me blankly. Am I the only one that remembers that you could add more video memory to your N64?
No.
I never had an N64.
My cousin had an N64. I had a PlayStation. Come on.
You remember that little thing on the front of the N64 on the hump there you could open up? You could go out and buy like, I don't remember how much. It was stupid. It was like 16 more megabytes or something. But it was an expansion card, and you plopped it in there, and it would put on like what would be the equivalent of an HD texture.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, it's sort of a similar concept. Yeah, but like
Nintendo wins. Fanboy for the win.
Yeah, when you just dissed the Wii U 5 minutes ago, whatever.
I didn't diss it.
I want to hear it.
I didn't
yeah,
diss
you
it.
did.
Well, in any case, you're gonna have like even if you don't like the price range or you don't like the hardware or whatever in the Steam box, but you like the design of the Steam box, well, guess what? Steam is releasing their CAD files, so you can build your own box around that's completely empty.
Yep.
And you just build your own PC inside there.
Yep. And Steam is also being really nice and having a nice dev day.
Yay, Dev Day!
Well, this is going to be a big deal for Steam, because what they're doing is they're getting together a whole bunch of developers and everything to have access to the team that's doing SteamOS and the Steam machines and the controllers to test drive them, give them feedback. They're going to talk to them about the industry and everything. And also, I think probably one of the most important things, yes, there will be free Wi-Fi in the convention center.
Wow.
I had bad experiences with Wi-Fi and convention centers, just gonna say.
Anyways, it's going to be in Seattle.
I have one last...
Yeah,
I have one last thing about this, and this is... Steam. What Steam is doing is they're not bringing out a console, they're bringing out an ecosystem for your PC gamer in the living room.
Yeah. Also,
it's a new ecosystem. It's a new niche they're filling right now.
Which one of us found this article? Because this thing fucking sucks, and I didn't screen it before we went live.
I think that was Bunny.
I don't know. What are you talking about? Ooh.
There's a snake tail.
So it's not a snake. Stop. It's not a snake. Don't make fun of my kitty. It's so very nice.
It's a viper. It's a viper.
My kitty is allowed full lap privileges during Digmcast.
Yeah, so they're really trying to build up this ecosystem. So getting in touch with the developers early on and really testing this new system to the ground is important as hell.
It's a big deal, yo.
Well, they're definitely going somewhere where no PC gamer has gone before.
Nerd cracks.
I'm just saying. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I would be interested to see where it goes. I'll be interested to see how much it is. I don't know if I'm going to get one only because I have a really nice gaming PC and my computer is in my living room. So, like, there's no reason for me to have another. I have so many. It's like my whole entertainment centers.
Okay, I'm just going to say as an IT guy, you can never have enough PCs.
I knew that was going to come up at some point.
But honestly, I might actually build my my own Steam box and plug it somewhere. Probably not too expensive, just something to sort of relax.
Ooh, oh no.
Sit there and play some really not expensive games.
Yeah, well, what is there to be said for people that have no idea what they should get and what they should put on? Like, they're going to put something together and be like, oh, all this looks good, and then they're going to come home and it's going to be a disaster.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, why the fuck do you play this?
I don't know why. I think he's trying to close it, and we're just still talking.
Yeah.
You guys don't take hints very subtly, so. So I decided to put a
I don't know
control
why.
in.
When he showed me this video, I was like, why did you pick that song? Just the innuendo alone is a disaster.
As a last word, that's why Steam is also bringing out their own sales for the Steam box. Not only the OS. You can do your own shit, but you can also buy their pre-constructed thing that they test. It works out of the box.
So they're covering hardcore people, and if they get console gamers in who don't know dick all about building a computer, they got them covered too.
Yep.
That would be me.
So
that would be Ranger.
That's all I have to say about this. And I like it. I like it a lot.
I do too.
I want more of it. I want more PCs as well. But they cost money.
They do cost money.
Mike will not be happy unless the entire wall behind him is full of PCs.
I look forward to that day where it's just nothing but PCs. And maybe like a Bernard head stuck right in the middle, just chilling.
The wall over here is probably just I'm gonna stack it with server racks, and everything is just gonna be server racks.
Ranger,
Mike,
what do we have to do to get you to...
if I send you a wall-sized poster that looks like a bunch of PCs, is that gonna be? Would that be okay for a little while?
I would pay money for that too.
I'm thinking about it. Potentially, I would put it up. Honestly.
Just something, so it's not a blank white wall.
I know.
I have my friend.
Yeah, Ranger,
Honestly,
what do we have to do to get you to actually put that on stream?
Never.
Aw, come on.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Alright, Mike.
As far as you know, it's a box, not a mess.
Mike, I'm gonna full screen you. Would you like to take us out?
Thanks for watching the Digmcast with MikeMatrix, YlwRanger, and of course, Digmbot. Tune in next time.
See you in 2 weeks, folks. Thank you, guys.